So, is Jabari Panther underrated? Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with the next installment of Are They Underrated? And today's episode is going to be on Jabari Panther, one of the 2 skill champions released this year, amongst the 500,000 skill champion buffs. So, Jabari is a pretty cool champion. She seems very complicated when you read through her abilities. However, we're going to break it down nice and easy. You know, I just spent some time studying her, messing around with her a little bit. I think we got it down right. So, there are a lot of words here. A lot of words. You don't need to know all these words. I'm going to tell you the words that you do need to know, all right? Here's how she works. You do some things, and we'll go over those things. You go into this mode called the Hunt, and you essentially get guaranteed crits on every hit. These guaranteed crits will put a bleed on the opponent. This mode lasts a certain amount of time. There are different ways that you can extend that in certain situations, one of them being a high sig, which seems to be necessary for her. But before that mode is over, you want to go for a heavy attack to double all those bleeds and do a lot of damage. Now, this mode gets activated when you reach 10 charges. In a perfect world, what you want to do is activate that mode and then use the special 2 at the exact same time, because then you are going to get a nice fat fury buff, raising your attack by quite a bit. So that's the too long didn't read. That's how she works. In longer fights, you might want to go for the special 3 to make it easier to re-trigger that mode, alright? But essentially, you gain charges by hitting a stunned opponent, or if you bring a synergy, by intercepting. Or if you use her on a fight where you can be purifying debuffs, right? You also gain it that way. You can also place an ensnare debuff on the opponent with special 1, and you can also gain charges by hitting them after using the special 1. But if you synergize her properly, okay, right here with the other realm champions, stun debuffs inflicted on the opponent last 0.7 seconds longer. So if you combine that with the Elsa or Tigress energy, you're going to be gaining charges left and right. I don't find the special 1 rotation necessary at all. So with all that being said, unfortunately, I do usually like to do these videos with an unduped champion, but I feel like Jabari does really need to be duped. She benefits quite a bit, so we are going to be taking her all the way up today. So there we go, Sig 200. Now it's a very beneficial Sig. The duration of the hunt is increased by 3.01 seconds. Why? What's wrong with 3 seconds? Why does it have to be 0.01? Who does that actually benefit? It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit you, Kabam. Get it out of there. Get it out. It's going to benefit everybody. It's going to be easier to read. It's going to be less numbers for you to write. I'm going to have a serious talk about this. So, the hunt is increased by 3 seconds, okay? Whenever Jabari would gain a Huntress charge while the hunt is active, she instead gains an indefinite counterpunch charge, okay? The max charges start at 1, increased by 1 for every 50 signature levels obtained. A counterpunch charge is spent to gain an unstoppable for 0.75 seconds when blocking an attack, and all are lost when the hunt ends. That is going to be a lot more beneficial than it reads on paper, and the reason why is because if the opponent is being a little bit passive and won't let you win, you want to get off that heavy attack to double your bleeds. Well, you can do so by just throwing the heavy attack after they hit into your block, okay? If you need to, right? It's also an easy way to get an opening, okay? So, with all that being said, I'm going to show you her mechanics against Winter Soldier, but Winter Soldier is not a good matchup for Jabari because you really want those aggressive AIs against her so you could stay aggressive. Also, I didn't really mention, but a great thing that she has is that, look at this, when you attack, gain a non-stacking cleanse passive for 2 seconds. Alright? When a champion with cleanse is inflicted with a debuff, it's immediately purified and cleanse is removed. So, that is really, really good and very useful. And also, if you're fighting like on Biohazard or other nodes that have non-damaging debuffs or damaging debuffs, or a Morning, she's immune to bleed, don't fight Morningstar. Just an example, a champion like Morningstar where you get, you know, debuffs on you when you hit them. You get the idea, right? Let me find this. There are lots of benefits there. Here we go, okay? Gain 3 charges whenever Jabari purifies a debuff. Now you can only gain 5 charges that way, but you only need 10, okay? Another thing here. Whenever Jabari purifies a debuff or the opponent fails a miss or evade, pause the hunt and all Fury buffs on Jabari Panther for 2 seconds. So in those matchups like Hazard Shift or Biohazard, she's going to excel quite a bit. She really is. And there is also another really great synergy here with Black Panther gaining an additional cleanse passive. So that's awesome. So let's go into some gameplay here and start messing around with her. So real quick, just a nice little team for her. All 4 of these champs are awesome. If I had to pick another champ to put on the team, it'd probably be Hercules. Synergizes nicely with Black Panther, makes Black Panther better, right? This is, you know, for Black Panther, the 2 best synergies for him are Hercules and Jabari, right? Sorcerer is a good champ. You can also sub out Sorcerer for either Storm X or Silver Centurion, depending on your preference, and Tiger is also a good champion. So to make this a little bit more well-rounded, actually, it's probably more beneficial to have Storm X here because we have Tiger for that mysticness, and also I believe Storm X synergizes really nicely. Look at this with Black Panther. What a beautiful team we have here. So yeah, this is quite a nice team, and this is really good for Jabari too. So what this gives Jabari, gives her 2 cleanse passives. It lets you intercept the opponent to gain charges, and also extends your stun debuffs by 0.7 seconds, okay? And that's really good, because that's the best way, your primary way to build your charges, okay? So one thing I want to point out, I am running Deep Wounds. This is a champion who's going to benefit very highly from Deep Wounds. So might as well show her off with it, man. All right, so you'll see right away here, the stun is longer, right? And you can do a couple things with that. You can do a couple things. You can do this, and you can wait a second. You can get like 6 combos in, or you can do even more with the synergy with Elsa, right? See, but here's the thing with Winter Soldier. Watch, you'll try to intercept. Oh, we got one. Usually he just stands there like a fool. But essentially, I said to you, remember, you want to activate the hunt and use a special 2 all within the same amount of time, all right? So we're going to do that in just a second, and I'll show you here. If he throws a special 1, I'll show you what happens. I'd love to show you. Okay, I'm going to go for a 5 combo. I think we're actually going to bait out one more special 1 from him. And keep in mind, every time we hit a stunned opponent, we're going to gain a charge. And at 10 charges, watch this. If he lets us stun him. Wow, guys. This is what I was talking about when I said this is not a good matchup. This is literally why. Dude. Okay, ready? Boom. Big Fury. Basically guaranteed crits. Lots of bleeds. Okay? And at Sig 200... Special 2 also pauses the bleeds. And now, that's why the Sig is really nice. Because otherwise, he could have thrown that special attack, and all those bleeds would have fallen off. So, Jabari has a lot of damage potential. Keep in mind, I would say about 60% of that fight was spent trying to get Winter Soldier to let me stun him. And not just stand there. So, if you're going up against an aggressive AI, and you can intercept a bunch, if the opponent lets you intercept, right? Or if you can parry a bunch, you got some good stuff going on, man. You got some good damage going on, and this was no utility showcased here at all. So right away, let's go take a look at some utility now. Also, by the way, is Jabari underrated? Yes. Yes, she absolutely is. So just off the top of my head, we can go to this Invisible Woman on a Biohazard right here, okay? There's going to be a lot of debuffs flying around. We have our cleanse charges going to make ramping up so much easier. Keep in mind that while we're in the hunt, we're not going to be able to miss. So she might be in invisible form at that time. She might not. Who knows? It depends on how the fight goes, but that's something you won't really have to worry about with her, which I think is pretty cool. So let's go ahead, and I'm still gonna go for the parry rotation here, but look at that. If I miss, I gain charges, and right away, got some charges. So look at this. Do you see how we just lose the debuffs? I think that's really cool. That cleanse mechanic is pretty darn awesome, man, if you ask me. So now at this point, remember, I want to build up to at least a special 2, close to a special 3 if I can. So we're going to bait out a special attack here. And keep in mind, the damage is really not bad. Here comes a special 2. Keep in mind, she can't miss. But, I mean, look at the damage right here. Like, we don't even have to explode it. We can just... She's done. No, she's done. Done. That's it, man. Like... Building close to a special 3 almost, like, doesn't make sense for most content, right? Like, I was going about that, and, like, you know, Winter Soldier has close to, you know, 500,000 health, so you really want all that damage. But if you're just, like, using Jabari casually, man, like, I don't know, dude. Like, get to a special 2, activate the hunt, and then the fight's probably going to be close to over. You know? Like... Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, she has increased power gain or something. I haven't fought this ghost for quite a long time. But now we got the hunt up. Not sure what happened to get that hunt up. But also, man, something that's just so sick, you know, I don't know what the nodes are here. So the one thing that is just so sick about using her on biohazard and hazard shift like that is that once you get the hunt up, man, oh, look, we're alive. Look, once the hunt is up, every time you cleanse one of those debuffs, yeah, there has to be increased power gain of some sorts here, but oh my god, look at all the passive furies on Ghost, dude. 15 passive furies. All right, so that's fun. But yeah, as you can see, forget about this fight. This was obviously not a good matchup, but every single time you purify one of those bleeds or poisons or whatever the heck else you purify, your hunt gets extended. So that would be a situation where you would not need Jabari to be awakened whatsoever, because you're not going to have to worry about that. So if you want to rank up Jabari unduped for like specifically biohazard and hazard shift and other nodes like that, I think that could be a really good rank up. But just like in general, man, like against like vanilla fights like Winter Soldier, for example, like monthly EQ, stuff like that, I would not go with her over other champions when she's unduped. Let's find out what was going on here. Also, there's clapback here. I didn't even realize that, man. So every cornered what did it? So every time we put a bleed on her, which is every hit, we're putting one on ourselves, but we're cleansing it. That is cool utility, man. She is a bleed champion who can fight on clapback. It reminds me of, just really quick, let me show you something. So in 6.4.1, there is a do you bleed lane, and I would not recommend using her for the do you bleed lane in general for the most part, because there's also redouble determination. However, there is this mini boss here that also has clapback. So I'm saying to myself, you know, like, do you bleed in clapback, man? She's got to be a good option here. There's also redouble, so you have to take it slow. But that's just interesting to me, man. So while we're in this this quest here, why don't we go for this lane too? Biohazard, Nano Plague, not important, and Tunnel Vision, okay? So we can avoid that mist, which I think is cool. We can also potentially use the mist to our advantage as well, because we could gain some charges. And check it out. So we're gonna have a longer stun debuff, so we can safely do that too, okay? Watch, I'll show you what I mean. I'll just show you what I mean. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna do 3 light attacks in a row. Also, wait, oh, whoa, hold up, man. We're just shrugging off the falter. That's working so much better than I expected. What I wanted to do was I was gonna be like, watch this. We're going to have a longer stun debuff, and then we're going to do 2 lights in a row. We're going to, you know, miss him, and then get rid of the falter and then keep attacking. But it works out even better than I thought. So that is pretty cool, man. But here now we have the falter. So this is what I wanted to do. I'll show you, watch. If you block twice in a row. See? I don't know. That's pretty cool to me. So now at this point, we have to get to a special 2. All right. And boom, here comes the nice big fat Fury. Okay, beat out this. And this is going to be over before it even begins, man. She is, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't expect her to be like that good for biohazard, shifting hazards, all those nodes. She is actually exceeding my expectations. And this is only a rank 2 Jabari. And I may have jumped the gun with the awakened gameplay, but there's nothing you're seeing in that past fight that she can't do unduped. So keep that in mind, okay? Another thing here against this Stealthy, depending on how the fight goes, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but the opponent cannot evade, miss, or trigger dexterity, all right, while the hunt is active. So if I can somehow get his evade charge up, right, depending on how the AI works out, that'd be cool, but if not... But also, whenever they evade, you gain 3 charges, man. It's pretty darn freaking cool. Man, she just ignores tunnel vision. That's very interesting to me. All right, at this point, right, we're going to get a stun off here in just a second. Now we're going to get up to 9. You know what? I want him to trigger his passive evade because I want to show you that it can't happen. So let's bait out the special 1. Come on. Okay, and now, boom, 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 boom. And that right away is just about going to kill him. But you'll see he's not going to be able to... I couldn't even show you because he was dead so fast from the stun. But yeah, she's nuking through these fights like it's absolutely freaking nothing, man. Like that's... She's doing very well. Let's just say that. All right? Let's go for this Rocket Raccoon, then we'll go and do something else. Let's go for one more fight here. Just because she... Like, let's go for this, like, just... Let's try to fight super optimally with her. Medium, light, medium. Medium, light, 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 medium. Medium, light, medium, medium, light, 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 medium. Bait out the special 2. Okay. I want to bait out a... Ooh, okay. I'll have to go for the special 1 here. And that's okay, to activate the hunt. Because the bleeds are putting in a lot of work, man. And we can pause the hunt. Yeah, so, okay. You don't even have to build to a special 2 in most fights, man. You can just go for the special 1. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Let's go try something else. I mean, I'm trying to show you, like, some big damage here, and it's just, like, she's killing them so fast that I can't even do so. So I think what we're going to do is go for Labyrinth Red Hulk. And we're going to go for, like, the special 3 rotation here, okay? So I could show you the special 3. Because the special 3... The next time the hunt activates, the opponent's also stunned for 4.5 seconds, which, by the way, is a very long time. And also, gain 3 permanent Huntress charges that are not removed when the hunt begins, max 6. And, of course, Labyrinth Red Hulk has a lot of health, so we're going to go ahead and check that out. So, you know, let's build up to the special 3 naturally here. You'll notice that, like, her crit rate is decent on its own, and that does some decent damage, as you can see. So I'm not gonna, you know, waste the beginning parts of my Limber just yet, even though, keep in mind that we are going to be okay and completely ignore Limber with this synergy, because, you know, we have the extra 0.7 seconds on the stun, which is really nice. All right, bait out the special 1 here. Okay, now let's watch the special 3. It's a pretty darn cool animation, man. Yeah. That's cool. That's sick. Right there. That is so cool. All right, now we can do that one more time, and it's going to be so much easier, right, in these like super long fights to activate the hunt. But I think, ooh, we got a little evade there, didn't we? I think what we're going to do instead is we're just going to leave it at 3 for now. Okay. Now we're going to do this. Boom, boom. And now, oops, oh, we got it, we got it. We got the Fury. So look at that, man. Just enough time to go for that. We got the special 2 here, come on. Shout out to the counter punch that I was talking about. It's going to be really nice to have. See, that's what I was saying. So look at Red Hulk's health, man. He's dropping fast, and we're eating a nice combo here, which is fine, because I wanted to actually build to another special 3. So I'll take it. But as you can see, man, like, the damage, it's not bad at all. She has very good damage. Let's bait this out. Come on. Just want to bait the special 1. Bait the special 1. I'm going to bait the special 1 here. Okay, we're going to bait the special 2. Even better. Come on. There we go. All right, let's go for this. So now we're going to get 3 more charges. I'm not sure if this is going to push us to 10, put us in the hunt. If it does, that's okay. Because now we're going to consistently have 6 charges at all times at least. So we're going to be able to activate the hunt much easier. Yeah, so that put us right into the hunt, which is actually fine. And if the hunt falls off, it's not that big of a deal now because it's going to be very easy to get back into. Just a couple intercepts. And here, we can just do this and double all our stuff. And now it's going to be very easy to get back into the hunt. So check it out. 1. See, we're already back up to 7. You can only gain hunt charges like every 1.25 seconds, by the way. So like the 2 fast intercepts didn't count. But now what we can do is we can get close to 3 bars. Bait out the special 1. Come on. Now watch this. Boom, special 2. Hopefully bait the special 1. Okay. Eat some hits to the face instead. Keep in mind the special 2. It pauses the Fury, which we don't have. Is that a visual bug? I'm not sure. Whatever, push him to special 3. Let's just go for it. But yeah, obviously, right, talking, not 100% concentrating. The damage, when it all works out, really good stuff. She ignores the limber there. Really good stuff. Overall, man, definitely very impressed by her today. I expected her to perform well. I didn't really expect her to perform that well against like biohazards, shifting hazards. Like she'd probably be good for like Abomination, right? Immortal A-Bomb 2 possibly. Just purify all those debuffs, man. Like shifting hazard in Alliance War, node 49 too. Like, oh god, I feel like just I don't know. One thing I don't love. So I initially thought that her cleanse when purifying a debuff gives her hunt charges. It doesn't, okay? You can't like bring a synergy team with you everywhere you go. So the intercept isn't always an option because it's just not in her kit. That should be in her kit. The ability to gain charges with an intercept should not be a synergy. You shouldn't have to have a synergy for the reward of playing with skill. In my opinion, at least, that should just be in her kit. So, you know, whenever she gains the charges, whenever she purifies the debuffs, she pauses hunt, which is super duper OP for many situations. But I thought that whenever she purified debuffs, she gains hunt charges, which apparently is not true. So I don't love that. So if you were to use her in Alliance War, right, you're probably not going to bring the synergy to extend her stun debuffs as well. So you're kind of looking at like 10 parry mediums before you get to the hunt. Unless you just use her like a normal champ on like Hazard Shift, then she'll just shut the node off, which is very useful. But I'm just saying for general use stuff, I feel like she's going to be better for like questing than like Alliance War, for example. But I'm just speaking out loud here. I don't know. I haven't used her in War, obviously. I don't know really anybody who has, but I do see potential from her there. I'd like to see her on Hazard Shift. I think, and keep in mind, man, this was crazy damage and only a rank 2 Jabari, so that's good stuff. So I'm thinking I kind of want to rank 2 my Jabari now for just like biohazard leans and stuff like that, like just for fun. Because like that's where she impressed me the most, and it's in those situations where she doesn't have to be duped. And it's like you have to be almost Sig 200 in order to extend the hunt long enough in those vanilla matchups for it to be useful. You know, and I'll never get her to Sig 200. Mine's unduped. But I don't know. I'm kind of heavily still leaning towards taking my OG Black Panther up to rank 3 first. But after that, I think a rank 2 Jabari might be in my future, because she definitely impressed me in this video. Not the biggest fan of the Realm Champions in general, to be honest. I do think that Jabari and Silver Centurion are both very underrated and very useful champions at the moment. I have to make a Silver Centurion video. Maybe I'll do that right now. But I don't know, man. It's something, I just feel like I'm playing a knockoff Black Panther for some reason. And Silver Centurion feels like I'm playing knockoff Iron Man Infinity War. Sorcerer Supreme feels like I'm playing knockoff Doctor Strange, and Storm X feels like I'm playing knockoff Storm. Like, I'd rather just play like the characters. Like, I don't really want to play as good as she is. You know what I mean? So that's what's holding me back with these Realm Champions. And I'm sure I'm going to do a freaking 180 when we get like Realm of Champions Thor or something in like a few months. But I don't know if we're doing that, if that's happening. But they're kind of following the houses and the classes, and we still need Cosmic, and that would make the most amount of sense, so I don't know. But yeah, that's how I feel about the Realm Champions in general. Like, it just feels weird to play them in a Marvel game, but that's me. That might just be a me thing. I'm definitely not opposed to them. I don't like get mad when they're added to the game, but they're just not my first choice to use, if that makes any amount of sense. But I don't know, man. I can't deny that they're good. All of them are good. All 4 of them are good. And that's just the truth. Sorcerer is one of the best Mystic champs in the game. Jabari, that debuff Purify man, is pretty OP. Silver Centurion, one of the best champs who can't crit. And Storm X has some crazy special damage, especially with Apocalypse. So yeah, they're definitely good, but, you know, not my cup of tea. But that's it for this one. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big ol' like. Let me know what you think about Jabari Panther in the comment section below. Are you a Jabari fan? There are definitely some Jabari fans out there. Let me know. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any other future Are They Underrated videos coming to you in the future. I'll be seeing you around.